I am prepared to die in the fight against crime. These words weren't spoken by a movie character or a politician making empty promises. They were spoken by Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the man who just exposed one of the biggest corruption scandals in South African history. And today, his life might literally be in danger because of it. Is this the hero South Africa has been waiting for? Let's find out. Picture this. It's 1973, Pietermaritzburg, KwaZulu-Natal. Apartheid is still crushing the nation, but in a small township, a baby boy is born who will one day shake the very foundations of South African politics. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi didn't grow up wanting to be famous. He grew up wanting to make a difference. While other kids his age were playing in the streets, young Nhlanhla was watching his country tear itself apart and asking himself one question: how can I help fix this? In 1993, just as Nelson Mandela was preparing to become president, 20-year-old Mkhwanazi made a decision that would change everything. He joined the South African Police Service as a student constable. But here's the thing about heroes. They don't start as heroes. They start as ordinary people who refuse to accept that ordinary is good enough. For the next 30 years, Mkhwanazi didn't just climb the ranks, he transformed them. From public order policing to the elite special task force, from acting National Police Commissioner to KwaZulu-Natal's top cop in 2018. But what made him different wasn't his titles. It was his approach. While others played politics, Mkhwanazi played for keeps. He implemented community outreach programs, tackled organized crime head-on, and championed technology in crime prevention. He wasn't just building a career, he was building a legacy. But every hero's journey has a moment of truth, and for Mkhwanazi, that moment came in July 2025. Imagine knowing about a corruption network so deep, so dangerous, that exposing it could cost you everything. Your career, your safety, maybe even your life. What would you do? Most people would stay silent, keep their heads down, protect their families. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is not most people. On that fateful day in July, he stood before the cameras and did something that sent shockwaves through South Africa's political establishment.
The criminals, they are not watching the show.
They're not?
They don't. Yeah, I must be honest with you. It's only responsible law-abiding citizens that watch ENCA show. The criminals, they don't care what we're talking about here. In actual fact, they're planning a crime as we speak. The rapists and all, they don't care about it. When they switch on the TV, it's because they want to watch Netflix.
He exposed the Three Eagles Syndicate, a network of corruption that he claimed reached into the highest levels of government. He didn't just make accusations, he provided details. He named names, he pointed fingers at Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and others, claiming they had interfered with investigations into political killings.
He has opened a can of worms and he's laid his life for us.
We want Mchunu to be fired with immediate effect and Mkhwanazi to take over.
From Phoenix, and there's my boys here. We need to support Mkhwanazi. He's bringing out this shit. We must get rid of this shit now.
He's the only man who's taking it head on.
So it's been an incredible week or so, and the communities from around Durban, from around KwaZulu-Natal, around the country have mobilized in support of one person, a provincial commissioner here in KwaZulu-Natal. And this obviously comes after the allegations that he exposed in a press conference, talking about the alleged capture of the SAPS.
Justice for Mkhwanazi. They promise our children jobs, but when our children take the CVs, they don't get jobs. So the cartel must fall.
This wasn't just whistleblowing, this was a declaration of war. Here's what happened next, and this is where it gets really intense. Within hours of his explosive press conference, Mkhwanazi's home was placed under heavy security. Why? Because when you challenge the most powerful people in the country, you become a target. His wife, Thulisile, a school nurse, and their 2 children now live with the constant fear that speaking truth to power comes with consequences, real consequences. But instead of backing down, Mkhwanazi doubled down. He registered a criminal investigation against the police minister himself. He basically said, "You want to play games? Let's play." This is what separates heroes from everyone else. Heroes don't act because they're fearless. They act because they understand that some things are worth the risk. And then something beautiful happened. South Africa woke up. President Ramaphosa said the allegations were serious.
And in that lead story, President Cyril Ramaphosa has noted statements made in a media briefing.
Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner of the South African Police, held a media briefing in which he made public serious allegations about the existence and operation of a sophisticated criminal syndicate that has allegedly infiltrated law enforcement and intelligence structures in our country
and must be investigated. The DA called for urgent parliamentary debates. Political parties across the spectrum demanded answers. The people rallied behind their unlikely hero. For the first time in years, South Africans had someone who embodied what they'd been waiting for. A leader who chose country over career, justice over job security, truth over political convenience. But here's the question that's keeping everyone up at night. Will it be enough? Let me tell you why Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's story matters so much. He represents the dream of 1994, the dream of a South Africa where justice isn't for sale, where the law applies equally to all, where those in power serve the people, not themselves. From a young constable in the new South Africa to the fearless commissioner, willing to risk everything for justice. His journey is the journey South Africa itself should have taken.
But here's the thing about heroes. They can't save nations alone. They need people to stand with them. They need us to demand accountability. They need us to refuse to accept that this is just how things are.
Yo, Mkhwanazi, Timothulela umnqwazi, indoda emadodeni. Insika kwinsunguzi zobumnyama. Uba benje imbonji, hayi bengiyombonka. Hayi bendiyoghagama. Oh Mkhwanazi, sipheshu, madubandlela. Sodilakazi, nkwali yenkosi ndonga, shamase, buwelase. Salute Mkhwanazi, indoda emadodeni, kutsho mna.
Is Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi the hero South Africa needs? Look at the facts. 32 years of dedicated service, willing to risk his life for justice, expose corruption at the highest levels, stands alone against the most powerful people in the country, embodies everything South Africa aspires to be. The answer isn't just in his courage, it's in what we do with the opportunity he's created. He's opened the door to a better South Africa. The question is, will we walk through it? Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has shown us what courage looks like. He's proven that heroes still exist. He's given us hope that change is possible. Now it's up to us to show him and the world what a nation united behind justice can achieve. I will die for this badge. These aren't just words from a police commissioner. They're the battle cry of a man who believes South Africa deserves better and who's willing to sacrifice everything to make it happen. That's not just heroism. That's the kind of leadership that changes nations. The hero has spoken. The question is, will we answer the call? If this story inspired you, if you believe South Africa deserves leaders like Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, then smash that like button. Subscribe for more stories of courage and hope, and let me know in the comments. Do you think he's the hero we've been waiting for? Because heroes don't just need our admiration, they need our support. See you in the next one. Stay strong, South Africa.